Well, that is a total wreck. Oh, wow. Yep. Man, don't know what we're going to do about that. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dave with Nelson Creek Farm. We've had us a bit of a wreck out here at the farm this morning. Let me show you what the results are. That is what's left of my mailbox post. Yeah, whatever hit it down right about there, and just shattered that whole side clean off of it. Yeah, they did. There's some of the remains of the wood, and the mailbox got tossed over the other side of the fence. Now look here at this piece. Oh my. I would say something light colored rubbed up against that. Yeah. There's an impact mark right there. That looks kind of white or a light gray color maybe. Yeah, let's see, how about on this piece here? Well, nothing showing on that side, but yeah. White and stuff on that side too, plus some tire rub right there. Yeah, and I bet you these two pieces went together somehow or another. So that one would stay up. I bet it went something kind of like that. Yep. Let's take a look here at the old mailbox, see how bad it is. The flag is obviously bent. That might be salvageable, but oh, look at that door. Yeah, it is all tweaked from one end to the other. Yep. Down the side here. Yep. I'd say we're about due for a new mailbox. And what is this laying here in the yard? Oh, looky here, piece of the vehicle. Almost looks like a lawnmower cover, but it isn't. It's a piece off an end of a bumper or something, maybe? Oh, looky here. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to... Can you see that? Ford Motor Company. And now that I'm looking at it, tire marks all the way down across the driveway. Yeah. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but there's a trail. Tire mark straight from here over to the base of that post. Yeah, somebody was off the road. So now we know we need to be on the lookout for a light colored Ford with a bunch of right side front end damage. Yeah, and there's part of the proof right there. Well, like I said, I had other things to do today and this wasn't one of them, but I guess we'll get to it. So I'll go change into my Farmer Dave outfit and we'll make this happen today. Well, now that I'm all got my Farmer Dave outfit on, I got some chains on the bucket to the pole here, or post, we're going to try lifting that out. I got to thinking about it. We've had enough excitement during the nights now for the last week. If it wasn't for a mountain lion sitting on my back porch, to a moose running around loose in the area, to the night before, deer in the backyard. We ended up with about 7 head bedded down out by the barn and the creek. Well, you can see what's standing in my yard, right there. There's a deer standing there in the backyard eating the grass and the weeds and stuff that I haven't mowed yet. Yeah, well, you never know what's going to end up here at Nelson Creek Farm. And then last night, of course, we get this. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking it's still a Ford product. But in looking at those tire tracks, I'm not entirely sure whatever hit this wasn't already off the edge of the road. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure what I'm thinking. It could have been a pickup, could have been a car, who knows. But anyway, we're going to get this post pulled out, put the new one in, put a new mailbox on. I've already been to town today and got that stuff, so this afternoon we're going to change it out. Definitely not what I had in mind to do today. In thinking back of the events of last night, I seem to recall in my sleep hearing somebody ask somebody if they were okay. So I was so out of it and sleepy last night, I wasn't paying much attention to what was going on, but I really should have been. Okay, let's see if we can get this post pulled up out of here. Got the chain hooked around the hook on that end of the bucket, so we'll see if we can't just roll it up a bit and then lift. Oh, probably not. Okay, so we got some tension on it. Let's work the tractor back and forth a bit. Oh, there we go. That post is really in there a ways. If I remember it, I think I buried it almost 2 feet down. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was every bit of 2 feet down in there. You probably can't see it from where you're at, but yeah, we'll take a look at it here in a minute. Yeah, there's the bottom of that thing with a tape measure on it. There's 2 feet. Yeah, we were almost 3 feet in the ground with that post. I think somebody would have been hard pressed to pull that up out of the ground with anything less than this loader tractor. Yeah. Well, the bucket's all loaded up, so we'll tip it up, keep the shovels and the pole and all that from falling out. Say, do y'all know why cows over in Europe, like Austria and Germany, those kind of places, up the Alps and that, why do those cows wear bells around their necks? Any ideas? Give up? It's because their horns don't work. Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, that's old. Almost as old as I am. Now back around to the front of the house we go. Yippee skippy. What I'm going to do is we're going to turn around and come in from this way, so I'm lined up kind of a little better in the bar pit. And we got to go up and over. There we go. Because yes, I am going to drive down into the bar pit here. Get the tractor off the road. Yeah, something kind of like that. You couldn't see the lean that I was looking at, but yeah, we were leaning. Ooh, there goes a white pickup. No front end damage, so it probably wasn't him. Let's see, where's that hole at for the post? I couldn't find my nice fence post hole digger, so I did get a trenching shovel. Hopefully that'll do the job. Anyway, it looks like we're good right about here. Boom. Well, this is actually really kind of funny. I was going to test fit the post to see how it fit in the old hole, thinking I was going to have to dig it out. Well, guess what? It dropped in there, and it's just snug enough I can't pull it back out by hand. So I guess you're going to miss seeing me dig a hole. Now to measure it and find out how high up I have to cut it so I can put the board on to mount the mailbox to. So yeah, I'll tamp in the dirt around here and the gravel and the rock a little bit and get rid of that little bit of a wiggle. Then we'll get on to that bit of the project. Yeah, you caught me listening to some 80s tunes again. I'm going to back this puppy up out of the bar pit now. And I'm going to tap that post just once or twice with the front end loader down to make sure it's all the way down the bottom of that hole, because I stand next to it and I'm 5'9", and it's just a tad bit shorter than I am. I used to be 5'10", but my ex-wife got part of that. Well, I've tapped it a few times with the bucket. It isn't going to go down any further. And the old post was 40 inches up off the ground. If I remember right, the postal requirements out here are 38 to 44 inches, if I remember right. So we want to go 40, which puts it right there. And of course, I forgot to bring a pencil to mark it with. So we'll just use a little bit of a rock here and mark it right there. Yeah. Okay, we'll get the Sawzall and cut that off. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. I'm going downhill again. More ways than one. I'd have been through this already if I'd had a Diablo blade, a little more coarse of a tooth on it. I'm using the same one with a finer tooth. It isn't a metal blade, but it is a fine tooth wood blade that I used on cutting that plastic. So, plastic piping to get before I got it in the ground. So, yeah, it's going to take a little longer. Timber. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, how flush are we? Now, we'll clean it up a bit. It's an easy way to knock down the high spots. Hey, that looks pretty level for not having a level gauge on it. Yeah, it's just a post office box after all, so eyeball level works. Yeah. Now to get the board on here and the box. Well, there's the new box. It's roughly the same size as the old box. Get a quick measurement here. 22 and a half. That gives me some clearance. 22 and a half will work that way. And 10 3/4 that way. This is 11. Yeah, 10 3/4 will work. So yeah, we're just going to pull that board out of the bottom of the old box, put it on the new one. So I'll go in and get the drill and we'll make that happen. I bought a another new Ryobi tool the other day. So we will be doing a follow-up tool review on these that I already have. plus the one I just bought. Yeah, so I'm gonna bend that back. I probably shouldn't have without taking that out of there. I'm gonna lay it flat. These screws, some of them may be awful long, but I'm dealing with plywood here, and I wanted them to get in a ways from the edges so moisture wouldn't delaminate the plywood and cause the screws to come loose. And we'll have to get the screws out of this. We can figure out where the heck they're at here. That one. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably break those off. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get those up and out of the holes that they're in. There we go. And what I've been using to mount that board onto the post with are some of these 3-inch long, what look like grabber screws, but they're actually epoxy coated screws, so they don't rust, and they're a lot tougher than a grabber. They don't snap the heads off like grabbers do. You can pick these up at any of your local box stores. I favored the board hanging out this side a little bit because I get a lot of parts shipped in, and the parts are kind of heavy, and they usually just set them on the front end of the floor of the box up here. So yeah, by golly, that looks pretty good. So yeah, that's why the weight is going to be more over the post than back here, and if I need to, I can always put a brace from the post up to the bottom of that plywood to hold the box. So now I'll get some little grabber screws, and we'll screw this box down to the post and put some letters on it. We'll call this project done. We'll get a couple of these long wood screws in the side of this here. Using great care to not over tighten them and strip them out. Last thing I want to do. Something kind of about like that. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. One thing I noticed was this little tab right here that's supposed to catch on the underside of the box wasn't catching, so I had to adjust that a bit. Yeah, so if that gives up the ghost, I'll go get the other thing that was on top of the other grade mail box put on here, because this had a piece that, or it had a piece that bent and would fit over the top of this loop here to hold that door shut. So yeah, I think it'll be all right for now, but we'll keep an eye on it. All in all, this whole Stanley box was a lot better investment at 40 bucks over 85 at the in-town job at the box store. Yeah, and it's the same size. It's just black, not gray. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. I won't bore you with me putting the peel and stick lettering on the mailbox. I'll do that here off the air. Anyway, yeah, so much for today. I spent most of the day chasing after the post, the box, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm getting it put up. It's been a good day though. Rain clouds are starting to come in. It's supposed to be thunderstorming and more raining this afternoon, so we'll see. Anyway, tomorrow is the first day I have off of a 3-day weekend. We'll see what I can get done then. And as for today, well, it's a beautiful 10th of June. Yeah, beautiful Saturday day. Anyway, we'll see what else we can get going this week. We do need to get some water out on the west field to see if we can get that pasture grass to finally grow, or if I really do have to reseed it. And a few other little projects coming up, one of which is putting the big blue tractor in the shed, seeing if it'll fit. And while I was doing the mailbox, I noticed the highway department left me a few surprises around the edge of the road, so we'll have to clean that up. Anyway, I got to get to lawn mowing and everything else today. As long as I'm off, I might as well get her done. So catch up with you later. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We've picked up quite a few the last couple of days. We're almost to 500. And as always, if you would, even if you're following, it doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me out. Right down there, hit on that big red thing that says subscribe on it down there in the bottom right below this screen that you're seeing. Yeah, If you would click on that, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to know whenever any of these videos have come out, just click the little bell icon that's right there and click on all or whatever you'd like to do. Anyway, as always, I'm Farmer Dave wishing you well. You all have a good one now. Bye-bye.